In this demonstration, we will go through the administrative functionality for a service provider within SPARC dashboard. When you log into SPARC, ensure you are in the dashboard. As a service provider, you will have access to projects and studies for which your services have been requested. Service provider user rights are designated in SPARC catalog. Service providers can use the search functionality or combination of dashboard filters to manage requests. Service providers can also use the SPARC system email notifications to manage requests. Within the email notification, there is a direct link that will route the service provider to the specific service request. After you click into the study, you can view and manage study level information via Edit Study Project Information. Service providers can also review authorized users and manage documents. Lastly, service providers can manage service details in the Admin Edit section underneath the Actions column. Here, you can see a list of the status options available for this service request. These options can be customized in SPARC Catalog to the workflow determined by the service providers. Service providers have the ability to change the status of a request in Admin Edit. Once a service request is marked as complete, another service request can be made for that same service. Service providers can also designate the request owner in this section. An owner for the service request can be selected once the status is no longer in draft. Once selected, the owner will display inside of a protocol for that service request so study team members know whom to contact if they have questions. As the service provider, you can enter notes regarding your request by selecting Notes. These notes will only be viewable to admin users. Within the Request Details tab, a spreadsheet can be generated with the service request information by clicking Export to Excel. Service providers have the ability to delete the request, which will trigger a SPARC system email notification. From this tab, service providers can also make note of dates for scheduled consults and contact made with the requester. In the Non-Clinical Services tab, service providers have the ability to manage existing services or add new. Management of services includes quantity, pricing, in process, and complete date. If pricing must be altered for a service, a modified rate identifier will display. Service providers have the ability to add service fulfillment by clicking the green list button next to a service. This functionality is only used for those sites not utilizing the SPARC fulfillment module. In the History tab within Admin Edit, service providers have the ability to review status change history. Status changes can help service providers better understand workflow and turnaround time. In the Notifications tab within Admin Edit, service providers can track their communication with the requester by sending and receiving notifications. Notifications also trigger an email to users, which includes a link that routes the user back to this tab to maintain record of correspondence within the system. Catalog managers have the ability to enable the SPARC fulfillment module for a specific organization if your site has elected to use SPARC fulfillment. The Send to Fulfillment button will send this request to SPARC fulfillment, where detailed tracking and reporting can be performed. The Go to Fulfillment button will route service providers directly into the request within SPARC fulfillment. Clinical provider access rights must be designated in SPARC catalog in order to perform any further detailed tracking.